Ora si registrerà la conferenza.
Hi students, welcome to class. Last lesson we covered grammar unit 5. We covered reading and writing part 6, and we did the listening part 5. So we completed all the listening exercises, and it's time that we move to the reading and writing part 7 tonight. So let's get started, and I'm going to share my screen so we can start the lesson today as well. Let me see here. Okay, so this should be our usual folder. And let's take a look at the grammar exercises. Oh, no, this is a different grammar. Sorry, guys. This is our grammar reference. And let's see. We did grammar reference unit 5. This one, right? Remember, we covered verb patterns like doing, would like to do, will. So we started the future. We compared will and going to, so the two forms of the future. And we covered ing and ed adjectives. So I asked you to do the unit 5 practice, which is this one. So let's take a look at the key for unit 5, okay, which I also shared with you in the WhatsApp group. So this is the key. Okay, you should be able to see the first exercise. Make it a little bit bigger, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not necessary. Sarah wants to buy a pair of jeans. So there are 5 sentences that are wrong, okay? And you have to correct those sentences. The first one looks fine. I finished to read. Remember, finished. I finished reading, right? So not to read, but reading. It started to, okay. Are you thinking to go? Are you thinking of going? I really don't like cooking. We both love to travel. It's correct. Phil likes working as an engineer. It's correct. We are looking forward to see each other. We are looking forward to seeing each other, because remember, the to here is not referred to the verb see. It's referred to forward to, right? We are looking forward to what? Seeing each other. Yes, I want being an astronaut, don't you? Sorry, you want being an astronaut? No, you want to be. You want to be an astronaut, don't you? They enjoy listening to jazz. That's correct. Okay, let me turn this off real quick. All right, so read the second exercise was read the sentences and answer the questions. I'd like to be a train driver. So am I a train driver now? If I say I would like, remember, I'd like is I would like to be a train driver. Am I a train driver now? No. I would like to in the future. I would like to be. Mi piacerebbe essere un ferrotranviere, no? In the future. So am I a train driver now? No. Joe likes working as a teacher. Is Joe a teacher? Yes. Right? Joe likes working. A Joe piace lavorare come un insegnante, quindi a Joe piace fare l'insegnante. Is Joe a teacher? Yeah. Yes. Simon loves going to clubs. Does Simon go to clubs? Yes, Simon loves going. Remember? Love, hate, plus gerund, ing. Simon loves going to clubs. Does Simon go to clubs? Yes. We'd like some coffee. We would like some coffee. Are we drinking coffee now? No. We would like. Vorremmo del caffè. Quindi stiamo bevendo del caffè adesso? No, se lo vorremmo significa che adesso non lo stiamo bevendo. Right? We would like some coffee. Yes, I'd love to spend the weekend with you. Have you asked me to spend the weekend with you? So, la frase è yes, I would love to spend the weekend with you. Amerei passare il fine settimana con te. Have you asked, mi hai chiesto, have you asked to spend the weekend with me? Yes. Se la risposta è stata yes, I'd love to spend the weekend with you, evidentemente abbiamo chiesto all'altra persona di passare il fine settimana con noi. Quindi yes. Have you asked me to spend? Have you asked? Present perfect. Have you asked me to spend the weekend with you? Yes. Complete the sentences with the infinitive or the ing form of the verbs in brackets. They want to go for a walk, right? They want to go. She loves dancing because loves requires the gerund. She loves dancing. I'd like to see. Remember, like wants the gerund, like going, like dancing, but I would like, when we use the conditional, I would like to see, quindi il verbo like, come il verbo love, vuole il gerundio, un verbo al gerundio dopo. Ma nel caso in cui usassimo il condizionale, I would like, mi piacerebbe, vale la regola generale del to. I'd like to see you very soon. We are thinking of changing our car, right? We are thinking of changing. I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. Write the sentences to respond to these statements. Use will. Ok, quindi scrivete delle risposte, delle frasi che corrispondono agli esempi, usando il will. This bag is heavy. Quindi se una persona fa un'affermazione, mentre voi vi trovate con questa persona, this bag is heavy, this bag is heavy. Che cosa vi potrete offrire di fare? Di aiutarla. Quindi la vostra risposta sarà I'll carry it for you. This bag is heavy, I'll carry it for you. I need a cup of coffee, I'll get you one. Cioè, mi serve una tazza di caffè, te ne porterò una, I'll get you one. Do you want cheese or ham? Do you want cheese or ham? Cosa vuoi, formaggio o prosciutto? I'll have cheese, oppure I'll have ham, a seconda di cosa desideriate. Giusto? Do you want cheese or ham? I'll have cheese, I'll have ham. I haven't got your email address. I'll give you my email. Okay? I haven't got your email address. I'll give you my email. I'm tired and I haven't done the washing up. Right? Lavare I piatti, washing up. I'm tired and I haven't done the washing up. I'll do the washing up. Giusto? Sono stanco e non ho fatto i piatti, non ho lavato i piatti. Laverò io I piatti. I'll do the washing up. Write the sentences and questions in the correct order. I'm going to New York on business. How long are you going to stay with Susie? You're going to be very surprised. Jim isn't going to change his mind. I think it's going to rain. Okay, these were the correct sentences in the correct order. Exercise number 6. Choose the best answer. I think Chelsea is winning the match tonight. Ricordate, will and is going to, or il present continuous, no? Like is winning, right? I think Chelsea is winning. Voi avete una premonizione. Pensate che la gara terminerà con la vittoria del Chelsea. I think Chelsea is winning the match tonight. 2. The phone is ringing. Ok, I'll answer. Questo perché will con decisioni prese all'istante, quindi il telefono squilla, voi cosa dite? Va bene, rispondo io, risponderò. Quindi, ok, I'll answer. Number 3. I'm seeing the dentist tomorrow at 10. Quindi un'altra volta, I'm seeing, sto vedendo, quindi andrò, vedrò il dentista domani alle 10, perché l'appuntamento ovviamente è già stato fissato. Quindi I'm seeing the dentist tomorrow at 10. Non è una cosa che decido all'istante. I'll see the dentist tomorrow. Ok? I have decided I'm going to get a new job. Quindi la decisione è già stata presa. I have decided. Ho deciso. I have decided I'm going to get. Ho deciso che cercherò un nuovo lavoro. I'm going to get a new job. Helen's, number 5. Helen's pregnant. Quindi Helen è incinta. She's going to have a baby. Ok, avrà un bambino. Ovviamente se è incinta non è che decide all'istante di avere un bambino, è una cosa che è già successa in passato, quindi she's going to have, no, she'll have a baby. Look at the mess. I'll help. You clear it up. Look at the mess. Cioè, guarda che macello, no? E l'altra persona risponde I'll help you clear it up. Ti aiuterò io a ripulire. Ok? I'll help, not I'm going to help. Perché lo avete deciso all'istante. Look at the mess, I'll help you clear it up. Oh dear, number 7. Oh dear, I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh dear, oh caro mio, penso che starnutirò. I'm going to sneeze. Cioè, ovviamente è già qualcosa di cui siete certi, no? Oh dear, I think I'm going to sneeze. Sneeze, starnutire. I'm not sure which one to buy. Ok, I'll take the blue one. Siete in un supermercato, non sapete quale camicia da comprare, la rossa o la blu. I'm not sure, non sono sicuro. I'm not sure which one, quale comprare. Ok, I'll take, decidete all'istante e lo comunicate al commesso, I'll take the blue one. Ok? Number 7, tick the correct option. I'm going to go to bed early tonight. Ok, quindi I'm going to go, andrò, con il present continuous, I'm going, present continuous, yes, I'm going to go to bed early tonight. It's a decision already made, cioè è una decisione già presa, non è una decisione improvvisa. Ovviamente è mattino e voi dite stasera andrò a letto presto, quindi avete già deciso la sera per la mattina, ok? Pete's going to ask Amanda to marry him. Pete is going, Pete's going to ask Amanda to marry him. It's a decision already made. Peter ha intenzione chiederà ad Amanda di sposarlo, quindi it's a decision already made. Ok? Si spera ci abbia pensato a lungo che non sia una decisione improvvisa, giusto? Pete's going to ask Amanda to marry him. I look tired, I'll cook dinner, you can relax. Ok? You look tired, quindi tu mi sembri stanco, cucinerò io, farò io la cena, preparerò io la cena. Così tu potrai rilassarti. You can relax. It's a sudden decision. Right? Cioè, in quell'istante mi sembri stanco, io decido, mi offro di cucinare la cena, I'll cook dinner, quindi cucinerò io la cena, I'll cook dinner. It's a sudden decision. Number 4, the baby is crying. I'll go. It's a sudden decision, right? The baby is crying. Il bambino sta piangendo. Vado io, andrò io a vedere che cosa c'ha. Ok, sudden decision. Number 8, find and correct any sentences that are wrong. Quindi, qui non vi dice il numero di frasi sbagliate, dovete intuirlo voi e correggerle. Quindi quelle errate erano queste sottolineate, ovviamente. It's nearly my birthday. I'm so excited. No, exciting. Ricordate la differenza? Excited va con lo stato d'animo, exciting con le situazioni, le circostanze. So, I am, io sono felice, citato. Ok? Number 4, there is nothing to do here. It's a very boring village. Non sono io annoiato, bored. È il paese che è noioso, boring. Ok? It's a very boring village. The film was so frightening perché il film, esso era molto spaventoso, ok? Non spaventato. The film was so spaventato? No, spaventoso, frightening. The film was so frightening that the kids hid behind the sofa. Era così spaventoso che i ragazzi, i bimbi, si nascosero dietro il divano. Are you excited about going on holiday? No, questa è la corretta. The TV news can be very depressing. I can see you're not very interested. Right? I can see you're not very interested in my problems. Perché si riferisce alla persona, allo stato d'animo. Cioè, tu non sei molto interessato. No, tu non sei molto interessante nei miei problemi. You're not very interested. Ok? Number 10. 9 is correct. Number 10, I was absolutely amazed that Bob got the job. Right? I was absolutely amazed that Bob got the job. Choose the correct answer. Exercise number 9. It's very annoying when the TV doesn't work properly. We were all shocked to hear about the accident. Number 3, are you disappointed that you didn't pass your driving test? Number 4, this is a fascinating book about whales. You are so boring. You're so boring. That's the third time I've heard the story. Sei così noioso. È la terza volta che ho sentito questa storia, quella storia. Letteralmente, noi diremmo questa storia. She finds working at the hospital extremely tiring. She finds working at the hospital extremely tiring. Obviously, she's a nurse. She was fascinated to learn about Zanzibar. Oh, no, sorry, he, not she. He was fascinated to learn about Zanzibar. Why are you bored? Why are you bored? There is so much you can do in this city. No one seems interested in going out tomorrow. I'm sure my cat's depressed. I'm sure my cat is depressed, right? I'm sure my cat's depressed. He sleeps all day. Okay? So this was grammar reference, grammar practice 5. And I already gave you the key. All right, so you have it. Tonight, we are going to take a look at unit 6. Okay, we have to move on and start the grammar reference for unit 6, which should be this one. Here we go. What are we going to talk about tonight? What like it's an expression. What is like? Okay. We're going to talk about comparative and superlative adjectives. Okay. What else is in this unit? That's it. So tonight we're going to cover these two topics. What like? So what plus to be plus subject plus like? It's a question. Usually this expression is used to ask questions. For example, what is your teacher like? What are his parents like? What was your holiday like? What were the beaches like? Quindi che cosa si vuole intendere quando si fa questa domanda con il like? Si chiede come sia l'insegnante nel primo caso, come sono i suoi genitori, come è stata la tua vacanza e come erano le spiagge. Cioè, per chiedere come era, come è, come sono, si usa questa espressione what like. What più il verbo, più il soggetto, più il like. Quindi to be like, essere come. Quindi in questo caso like non vuol dire piacere, non è un verbo piacere, è proprio come. Ok? Per esempio, what's your teacher like? She's very patient. Right? È molto paziente. What are his parents like? They're very kind. Sono molto gentili. What was your holiday like? Wonderful. We swam a lot. Bellissima vacanza. Abbiamo nuotato molto. What were the beaches like? Ok, but some were dirty. Erano abbastanza belle, ma qualcuna era sporca. What were the beaches like? Quindi, note, we don't use like in the answer, quindi non lo ripetiamo nelle risposte. She's a patient, no, she's like patient. Ok, quindi like solo nelle domande, poi non viene ripetuto nelle risposte. What like means describe somebody or something, quindi si usa per descrivere qualcuno o qualche cosa. Tell me about them. I don't know anything about them. Ok? Quindi voi non sapete, descrivermi qualcuno perché non lo conosco e non so nulla circa questa persona. Like in this question is a preposition, not a verb. Quindi sebbene si scriva allo stesso modo, il contesto vi dovrebbe far comprendere che non si tratta di un verbo ma di una preposizione come what's Jim like? He's intelligent and kind and he has got lovely blue eyes. Ora, soffermiamoci per un attimo in questo esempio. What's Jim like? He's intelligent and kind and he's got lovely blue eyes. Ora, potrebbe questo his like essere frainteso, potrebbe essere frainteso come verbo essere, cioè egli è got lovely blue eyes. Ovviamente l'apostrofo s può essere utilizzata anche per abbreviare il verbo essere, cioè he is si abbrevia con his, ma anche he has, verbo avere, si abbrevia con his. La differenza, cioè riconoscere l'apostrofo s, distinguerlo se si tratta del verbo essere dal verbo avere, risulta molto più semplice se si presta attenzione al verbo che segue. He's got, quindi got è, ricordate i verbi regolari? Se per un attimo ricordate i verbi irregolari, dovremmo averne una lista in fondo alla grammatica, questa qui. Yes, get, so get, got, you see, get, got, so got is the past participle form, right? Past participle, yes. Get base form, got past simple, got past participle. So in unit 6, let's go back to unit 6. This is unit 6. No, this is 7. This is 6 practice, and this is our unit 6. Okay. He's got lovely blue eyes. Okay. So got is a past participle, quindi anche usato nell'espressione britannica I have got anziché I have. Quindi Bill has lovely blue eyes. Bill has got. Quindi se dopo c'è il participio passato non può che non essere il verbo avere, perché un present perfect si forma soltanto con l'ausiliare avere più il participio passato di un verbo. Ok, quindi se dopo l'apostrofo S notate un participio passato, potete essere sicuri che quello è un present perfect. Ok, un presente perfetto. Chiaro? Spero di sì. If you have any questions or doubts, as usual, feel free to drop a message on our WhatsApp group. I'll be glad to read your questions and answer them as soon as I can. Okay. So, he's got lovely blue eyes. In the following sentence, like is a verb. What does Jim like? Oh, questo è una comparazione. Quindi nella prima è una preposizione, what's Jim like? Nella seconda è un verbo, what does Jim like? Ora, does è un ausiliare che vi fa intendere si sta per fare una domanda, tant'è che c'è un punto interrogativo, quindi what does Jim like? Cioè che cosa piace a Jim? He likes motorbikes, gli piacciono le motociclette, and playing tennis, right? E gli piace, likes playing tennis, giocare a tennis. Note, how is your mother? Quindi qui vi sta dicendo, attenzione, perché se voi pensate che il come possa anche essere tradotto con how are you, come stai, how, come. Però se io if I ask the question, se io chiedo la domanda, how is your mother? Non sto chiedendo come sta tua mamma, ok? Cioè non sto chiedendo una descrizione, cioè come è tua mamma, sto chiedendo come sta, circa la sua salute, ask about health, no, che aspetto ha tua madre. Per chiedere che aspetto ha tua madre, noi dovremmo dire what is your mom like? What is your mother like? No, how is your mother, okay? Then we have comparative and superlatives, just like in Italian, comparativi e superlativi. Short adjectives. Allora, che cosa vuol dire short adjectives? Allora, se un aggettivo è corto, ok, corto, che cosa intendo per corto? Letteralmente corto, cioè, per esempio, cheap, small, bag, cioè sono aggettivi composti da poche lettere, mentre aggettivi con più sillabe, per esempio careful, sono lunghi, sono aggettivi più lunghi, ok? Careful, boring, expensive, sono lunghi, ok? E poi ci sono anche degli aggettivi irregolari. Ad ogni modo, se l'aggettivo è breve, per esempio cheap, small, bag, il comparativo lo faccio aggiungendo una ER in English. I add ER, so cheap, economico, small, piccolo, big, grande. Cheap, cheaper, quindi economico, più economico di. For example, Fiat are cheaper than BMWs. Right? Superlative, I add est, EST. The cheapest. Fiat are the cheapest car. Superlativo in assoluto, le più economiche. O DR, le DR ultimamente sono DR are the cheapest cars, right? Quindi comparativo superlativo. Small, smaller, più piccolo. Smallest, il più piccolo in assoluto, smallest. Big, bigger. si raddoppia, notate, si raddoppia la G, perché c'è una vocale prima di una consonante. Big, bigger, the biggest. Adjectives that end in Y. Funny, early, heavy. Funnier, funniest. Early, earlier, earliest. Quindi la Y, la Y, Y becomes I. Funny, funnier. Early, earlier. Heavy, heavier. Al superlativo, funny becomes funniest. Early becomes earliest. Heavy becomes heaviest. Per gli aggettivi lunghi, with 2 syllables or more, careful, boring, expensive, interesting, ok? Careful, non usiamo IR, quindi se l'aggettivo è breve, ok, aggiungiamo IR, ER, cheaper, perché è ancora pronunciabile, cheaper, smaller. Se l'aggettivo è lungo, ok, careful, dire carefuler diverrebbe molto difficile per la pronuncia, quindi si spezza l'aggettivo per formare il comparativo e il superlativo in due parti e si usa more per il comparativo, more, comparative, more, most per il superlative, most, ok? So, more careful, quindi careful, attento, more careful, più attento, the most careful, il più attento in assoluto, boring, noioso, more boring, qui c'è un errore, no buying, qui è boring, boring, more boring, most boring, the most boring, il più noioso in assoluto, expensive, more expensive, most expensive, interesting, more interesting, most interesting, ok? Poi ci sono degli aggettivi irregolari, irregular adjectives, far, farther, farthest, cioè diventa far, far, farther, farthest, proprio si scrivono in maniera diversa, good, better, giusto? Life is good, or I don't know, let's say wine is good, se siete un tedesco, beer is better than wine, la birra è meglio del vino, beer is better than wine, oppure se siete italiani, wine is the best, il vino è il migliore, ok? Come inteso come bevanda, Bad, worst, per il comparativo, the worst in assoluto, ok? For short adjectives with one vowel, one consonant, double the consonant, hot, hotter, hottest, fat, fatter, fattest. We did this, si raddoppia la consonante se è preceduta da una vocale. Then, ok, then is often used after a comparative adjective. Cioè, giustamente, se si parla di aggettivi comparativi, si esegue un paragone tra due cose, quindi generalmente il paragone include due persone, due oggetti, e questi vengono correlati con una parola che in italiano dovrebbe essere, ad esempio, il pane è più morbido della pasta. Della, in Italian you say della, right? Il pane è più morbido della pasta. You compare two things, you compare bread and pasta. In English we use than. I am younger than Barbara. Sono più giovane di Barbara, giusto? I am younger than Barbara. Barbara is more intelligent than Sarah. Barbara è più intelligente di Sarah. Than, ok? More intelligent, younger. Giusto? Young, giovane. Intelligent, intelligente. Young è un aggettivo breve, insomma, corto. Intelligent, ha più sillabe, più lungo come aggettivo, quindi vuole il more. Young, younger. Much can come before the comparative to give emphasis. Si può rafforzare il comparativo con much, cioè io posso dire molto più, much nicer than her sister. She's much nicer than her sister. È parecchio più carina della sua sorella. She's much nicer than her sister. Is Tokyo much more modern than London? È Tokyo molto più moderna di Londra? Is Tokyo much more modern than London? Questi sono i comparativi. This is used before the is used before superlatives adjectives. Nel caso dei superlativi invece usiamo il the. He is the funniest boy in the class. Ora, quando vedete est è un superlativo, non un comparativo. He is the funniest boy in the class. È il ragazzo più divertente nella classe. He is the funniest, the funniest boy in the class. Which is the tallest building in the world? Which is the tallest building in the world? The tallest, okay? We use comparatives to compare one thing, person or action with another. Quindi quando si usano per fare comparazioni. She's taller than me. Taller più alta, lei è più alta di me. She's taller than me. London's more expensive than Rome. Londra è più costosa di Roma. London's more expensive than Rome. We use superlatives to compare somebody or something with the whole group. I superlativi vengono usati per comparare appunto qualcosa o qualcuno con un intero gruppo, non con un'altra cosa o un'altra persona. Per esempio, she's the tallest in the class. Lei è la più alta della classe. The tallest, superlativo. It's the most expensive hotel in the world. È il più costoso hotel nel mondo. Right? As shows that something is the same or equal. Ovviamente se compariamo due cose, queste due cose sono identiche, si usa as. Jim is as tall as. Quindi non si usa né er né more, ma as. Jim è tanto alto quanto Peter. Jim's as tall as Peter. I am as worried as you are. Io sono tanto preoccupato quanto lo sei tu. I am as worried as you are. Not as so as shows that something isn't the same or equal. Se qualcosa non è uguale, not as so as. She isn't as tall as her mother. Lei non è tanto alta quanto sua madre. She isn't, non è, she isn't as tall as her mother. My car wasn't so expensive as yours. A volte si può usare anche il so. Ok, as so. My car wasn't so expensive as yours. La mia auto non è stata tanto costosa quanto la tua. Ok, non l'ho pagata così tanto quanto la tua. My car wasn't so expensive as yours. So, for next lesson, I would like you to work on Unit 6. So complete the Unit 6 practice, match the questions and answer these questions so they're true for you. Write the comparative and superlative of each adjective, choose the correct sentence in each pair, complete the sentences with the superlative form of the adjective in bold, okay. Complete the sentences with the comparative or superlative form in brackets, ok, quindi dovete fare i superlativi o comparativi degli aggettivi tra parentesi. Complete the sentences as, ok, quindi con as. I don't think a hippopotamus can run as fast as a lion, for example, ok. Complete the sentences, use then or as. For example, Phil is taller than Jake, quindi da as tall as dovete farlo al comparativo, quindi Phil is taller than Jake, ok? Dovete riscrivere le domande. Quindi penso che dovrebbe essere abbastanza semplice, ok? So work on Unit 6 practice for next lesson, and let me know if you have any questions on our WhatsApp group. And I think that now we can move on and get started with our reading and writing part 7. So remember, today is our last reading and writing section. So with this reading and writing part 7, we'll complete the reading and writing sections for the Cambridge exam. Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, this part takes about 35 minutes. The aims: familiarize student with reading and writing. Okay. I think this is the last writing section that you have in the Cambridge examination. The picture, are all 3 pictures mentioned in their story? These are some questions. Keep in mind that you can, like, actually you should not keep in mind. Like, I think it's very important that you look at this class material on your own at school, at home, meaning you should take some time to look at this material on your own. Quindi dovreste trovare del tempo per guardare questo materiale che io vi mostro da soli, diciamo nel vostro tempo libero. Quindi potete tranquillamente andare nella cartella che vi ho dato, riguardare questi file che noi studiamo insieme qui durante la lezione e approfondirli, quindi potete anche ripeterli, rivederli o fare ove è possibile degli esercizi in più. E a tal proposito, prima di cominciare, vorrei anche farvi vedere un altro libro che ho caricato nella cartella della grammatica, e dovrebbe essere questo qui, Essential Grammar, 3rd edition, this one. It's always by, it's a Cambridge grammar book, and they have some extra exercises that you can do on your own. So it's self-study, reference, and practice, so you can practice more. Okay, right, there are some exercises: present, past, future forms, okay, should, have. So you have plenty of material if you want to practice more on your own. Okay, right, and this book also has keys, right? For example, present continuous, right? I am working, I'm not watching. Okay, the same things that we did, right? You have lots more exercises to do, right, if you want. So this is one option. At the end of the book, you have the key, right? So key to additional exercises, so you can use all the keys. Key to exercises. Okay, so take a look at this book if you want, and practice more exercises whenever you get a chance. Also, in the grammar folder, I have selected a link for you, which is this one right here. So you can copy this link, Cambridge.org. Remember, I also suggested you to do some quizzes on the Cambridge website, but I'm also suggesting that you do you check the Cambridge website, the Cambridge Dictionary website, for grammar exercises. You can actually you can find several topics, grammar topics. For example, adjectives and adverbs, words, easily nouns, pronouns, using verbs, words, sentences, clauses. Or you can actually search for something. For example, numbers, okay? If you want to look at numbers, right? Numbers, right? 5th, 25th, 1, 2, 3, large numbers, 100, right? 100, millions, right? Millions of people. So there are lots of extra material here on the internet as well, directly from Cambridge. Measurements, dates, time, right? If you want to practice more on time, right? Seconds, minutes, hours, years. Okay, I'm on time, in time. Trains are usually on time. I treni sono puntuali. Measurements, right? Length, la lunghezza, depth, la profondità, width, la larghezza, long, lunghezza, ok? Tall or high, tall per l'altezza, right? High per l'altitudine, ok? Frequency, speed, time. So browse, browse this website, and keep in mind that you can always change the language as well. Okay, so well, there's not much that they can do here, I guess, but maybe, oh yeah, they just have the menus in Italian in case it should help. Okay, so let's go back to you see you have English, UK English, US English for American English, or UK English. Okay, so you have plenty of extra material that you can look at in your grammar folder. So what we are going to do today for the reading and writing part 7, here we go. This exercise is another writing exercise. As we did last time, remember I introduced you, I told you that Cambridge at this point expects you to be able to start writing as well, other than reading and listening, and do some basic speaking. So, for example, handout 1, look question 32. Look at these 3 pictures. I think that there weren't other exercises earlier. No, they're just going to give you here in this part procedure. They give you suggestions. What are they writing? So they give you suggestions on how to write your story, which we covered a little bit last time. Are 3 pictures mentioned in the story? This is what they're looking for, right? Remember to mention all the picture in your story. Write understandable. Make sure that the person who reads can understand what you are writing. Write in past simple, past continuous, okay? So don't confuse past simple, past continuous. Use good words, phrases, okay? Linking words, right? Linking words to connect 2 sentences, and then, right? First, then, when, prima, poi, quando, and to write longer stories. Now, for example, look at these 3 pictures. The exercise asks you to write a story by looking at these 3 pictures. So look at these 3 pictures, write the story shown in the picture, write 35 or more words. So what is the exercise tonight? Basically, we have to write a story, but the story must reflect the pictures that we see here. So, for example, looks like this is a kitchen, looks like this is a picnic, and looks like some people are taking a bath. well, yeah, well, in American English, or they're having a bath in British English. Okay, take a half. They're used differently according to US English or UK English. But we have to write the story. So now, I mean, for example, okay, I can just give you an idea. You can also use the file that you downloaded on your computer. Use some of these words: go, went, get, got, have, had, see. So these are past, present, and past. Wake, woke, eat, ate, look, looked. You can use some of these verbs. And there are two examples here. Right, what they're saying is plan your story. So you should, these are just suggestions. Plan your story. Like, you should, before you start writing, plan your story. I mean, how do you want your story to be? Write three to five words for each picture. So don't write the entire story. Start writing 3 to 5 words for each picture. Ok, quindi cominciate a scrivere soltanto 3-5 parole, dalle 3 alle 5 parole per ogni foto, in maniera che poi possiate elaborarle e farne una storia completa. Ok? So first, look at the photos, write 3 to 4 words for each picture. You can use the dictionary here. Non lo potete usare all'esame, ma qui lo potete fare. For example, these are two examples. A and B. 4 people went to a picnic and they sit by a lake. They ate food and drank drinks. 2 people are kids going to swim, so parents was showing their kids. Then they went to home. Ok, don't mind the grammatical mistakes. Quindi non preoccupatevi degli errori grammaticali. Just kidding, guys. Ok, quindi non preoccupatevi degli errori grammaticali, concentratevi sulla storia che viene raccontata. Ok? B. Last Saturday I went to a picnic with my friends. Ok? Last Saturday I went to a picnic with my friends. First we put the fruits, sandwich and orange juice in my bag. Then we went. When we arrived at the camping, we ate on the floor. Then Tom and Lucy went to the lake and Michael and me saw them. Okay. So compare the two answers below. Quindi comparate queste due risposte, queste due storielle. One is better answer than the other. Which is better and why? Quindi secondo voi quale delle due storie è un pochettino meglio dell'altra? Certamente la seconda, è un po' più completa, racconta un po' più dettagli rispetto alla prima. Ok? So you have to do the same thing with this story. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you, I don't know, I don't want to give you too much time. So I'm not sure how long. Well, you may take probably like 10-15 minutes to write a story like this. So probably I'm gonna give you, let's say it's well, I'm gonna give you probably, well, I'll give you like 15 minutes to do it, which should be really plenty of time. Also because we have a lot of other things to do. So write a story, okay, 35 words or more. So minimum must be 35 words story, okay? And tell me a story using these 3 pictures. And when you're done, send me a text message on our WhatsApp group, or send me a WhatsApp on my WhatsApp with your text, so that I can look at it and correct it for you. Okay, so let's get started. and we'll get back here in about 15 minutes. And here we go, students. Okay. So you should have all finished your writing assignment by now. Don't forget to send me your work in our WhatsApp group so that I can check it and see how you did. This shouldn't have been too difficult, in my opinion. So I don't think it should have been such a great deal for you. So let me check something else here real quick. Okay, just a sec. Let me do this. I want to check. I just want to make sure that my screen is ready for the next section of the lesson. Okay, it looks like it. So let's see. All right, so this reading and writing part 7 required writing a 35 or more words story. Okay, so we have 35 or more words story on part 7, and we had let me see, we had about 27 27 oh 25 more words from unit 6. Remember, last lesson was unit 6, and your email, the email that you wrote, was 25 words or more. So 25 plus 35 equals 60 words, right? So you should be able to write about 60 words, like during the Cambridge exam. Okay, this is what you should be ready to do. There are going to be two writing exercises, and you should be able to write 25 words for the first one and 35 words or more, obviously, for the second one. So this is the challenge that you're going to face. Okay. So let's close this. Let's close this file as well. And I think this was about it for the reading and writing, for the Cambridge reading and writing parts. We finished the speaking as well. So what I want to do tonight, I would like to review the listening with another magazine called Speak Up. Let me see. Okay, if you look in your A2 folder, you're going to find a subfolder called houseboats. Okay, these houseboats actually is an article that I found on the internet on a special website called Speak Up. Speak Up is actually a magazine which is specialized in English, second language. So if you go online on www.speakuponline.it, okay, the magazine is actually called Speak Up, as I said. Is this one? This is the main website. It's actually it is a magazine, okay, and you are going to find lots of articles, and you can actually browse some free content, such as the one I'm showing you tonight. Let me zoom in real quick on this one. Okay, so if you look at this article, Living on Water, okay, this is an article available right here articoli, open content. Okay, if you select a year, for example, 2022, right, open content, there's, you see here, it says open content on the right side, go, open content, open content. You have crosswords that you can do. Let's see if they have some articles. This is they have a CD that you can download from this website. But let me see if we can find something else here. Crossword. Okay, so they have lots of crossword you can actually do if you have some extra time. This is a B1. This is a B1 open content, ordering vegan in a restaurant. So you have to look. You have to look at the different years here and see what they have available. Crossword. There are lots of crosswords that you can find on this website. They give you solutions. For example, this is a B1, this is a B2 level. Elizabeth Holmes, la storia di una delle frodi recenti più clamorose è stata raccontata in un bestseller. This one. But in our case, we want to find an A2 level, which is the one actually I gave you. I had already selected living on water. Okay, this is an A2 level. You can see here, A2 level, living on water. And then there are some exercises that we can do as well. So now I do have an audio already. You can download the audio, but I already did it. So you can download the audio, and actually I have a PDF for this, so we don't need to browse the net to read the article. But so you see where I found this article right here, speakuponline.it, living on water. Okay, this was, I think, year 2018, and if you click on it, right, if you click on 2018, you should see it. You know, just browse until you find it. This was another article. What's happening? It's a B2 article though. B1, B2. So there are many articles that you can find, open content articles, okay, that you can actually browse and read. The one that I'm looking for is living on water. Do you see it? Am I the only one who doesn't see it? Anyway, it should be here somewhere. Just keep browsing, and eventually you'll find it. Okay, this is another one, winter and summer. Anyway, just keep everyday dialogues. This is another A2 article. Here you go. Everyday dialogues. It's an A2 level, and it's open content. Okay, so it's a dialogue. Well, actually, we might as well. Yeah, let's do this as well. Why not, right? We're just practicing some listening. So I'm gonna play the audio, hoping that.
Is everything okay in there? How are you getting on?
Well, I love the dress, but it's a bit on the tight side.
Let's have a look. Oh, it looks lovely on you. Let me get the next size up.
Thanks. Can you get it in green?
No problem. Here, I've also brought you some accessories to try on. The silver chain goes particularly well with this model.
Great. Oh, yes, that fits much better. What do you think?
This style really suits you, and the color brings out your eyes. I think it's a winner.
Thank you. I'll take both the dress and the necklace.
Wonderful. I'll leave them at the till for you.
How are you getting on? Is a common way of saying, how are you doing? The person is asking if what you are doing is going well. When something is on the tight side, it means that it is just a little too tight. You can imagine a scale with very tight on one side and very loose on the other. Chloe's dress is on the tight side of the scale. Let's have a look. Here means let me see or show me. The next size up is one size bigger. To try on means to test, to see how you like it. When the shop assistant says the chain goes well with the dress, she means that they complement each other. They are a good combination. The verb to fit is used for clothing to indicate whether or not the size is correct. The verb to suit is also used in this context to say that it is a good match, that it looks good on the person wearing it. To bring out is another way of saying to highlight. The color of the dress makes the color of Chloe's eyes more noticeable. In the UK, the till is the drawer where the money is kept in a shop and the place where you pay. In the US, it is the cash register.
Okay. So, what do you think? Was this easy? This listening, was it easy or difficult? This is again from Speak Up magazine, everyday dialogues. So I'm just curious to get your feedback on this exercise. Notice that Speak Up also translates some words in the text. So you have the option of reading the text, the script, and you can play the audio as many times as you like. Okay, so you can do the same for like other years. Okay, same thing. Just look for open content material. Just make sure that the content matches your level. You know, I mean, find an A2. But if you want to try a B1 level, I mean, you can go ahead and try a B1 level. Stone Age Ireland, for example. Why not? Let's do it. You know. Keep in mind that B1 articles are a little bit longer, as you can see here. So, okay, they are more difficult, obviously, than the A2 level. Actually, this part here, time travel, is a C1 advanced level. So this is a mixed. It's a mixed article, but we may play it till maybe the C1 level. So why not, right? I mean, let's just try this. Yeah, the volume is up. I think you should be able to hear it. So let's do this.
Ireland is a land with many mysteries. One of the more intriguing is Newgrange, a Neolithic site in County Meath. Claire Tuffy, manager of the Newgrange Visitor Centre, thinks it is a special place.
It's special because it's 5,000 years old. There are very few opportunities anywhere to stand in a room which was built so long ago and see it exactly like they did back then. It's wonderful to be at Newgrange at the winter solstice when the sun shines into the chamber and know that when you're waiting for dawn, that 5,000 years ago people stood on the same hill waiting for the same event. Now there's no doubt, but for them it had a completely different meaning than it would have for us. But we're still waiting, glancing towards the same bit of sky, looking around at the gorgeous Boyne Valley and waiting for the sun to rise on the shortest days. So it's a great opportunity to be able to share an experience with your remote ancestors and feel pride in their achievement.
Needless to say, there are many theories as to why these remote ancestors built Newgrange.
So obviously this is a little bit more difficult, as you can notice. But again, you can always look for an A2 level. So I strongly recommend you speak up to keep practicing listening. Oh yeah, here is one. Okay, there you go. The dingle. This is an A2 level. It's open content. So let's play it.
Dingle Peninsula is one of Ireland's most celebrated destinations. National Geographic named it the most beautiful place on Earth. It is located on the southwest coast of Ireland. The beauty of its mountains and valleys has inspired people for thousands of years. The region is famous for its musical and literary traditions. The official language is Irish or Gaelic, but most people also speak English. A sense of history. Visitors can enjoy Dingle Peninsula's sandy beaches and magnificent cliffs. The Dingle Way offers incredible historical monuments for walkers and cyclists. There is the Gallerus Castle and Oratory. The oratory is a unique stone chapel. It has the shape of an upturned boat. There's also Kimalcada Church. This is a beautiful 12th century Romanesque church. It is famous for its ancient sundial and an Ogham stone. Nearby the church there is St. Brendan's house. A legend. St. Brendan was a 6th century monk. Legend tells us he stood on Mount Brendan, 1,000 meters, and looked across the Atlantic Sea. He had a vision of a foreign land. So he built a boat with wood and animal skins. He was the first man to sail across the Atlantic to Iceland, Greenland, and finally, America. Pub life. Dingle is the region's most important town. It is a natural port, but it is most famous for its 50 pubs. The locals welcome visitors at traditional pubs like Dick Mack's. This original pub is a converted shoe shop. Every night, the pubs of Dingle offer live Irish music. The friendly locals love good crack or conversation with visitors. And everyone enjoys a pint of wonderful Guinness. Local celebrities. Off the coast of Dingle, there are the Blasket Islands. These islands are famous for the Blasket Island Gaelic writers. The local people wrote a series of biographies in the 1930s. Today, these books are considered classics of world literature. Unfortunately, the islands are now deserted. However, visitors can tour the abandoned villages of the island. The ferry ride offers a special surprise. A local celebrity often makes an appearance. It's Fungi, the Dingle dolphin. Fungi loves to accompany ships as they come and go from Dingle Harbour.
Okay, that was the end of the audio. There were other 2 paragraphs here that you can read if you want, but I think that you got an idea of what this exercise looks like, ok? Penso che vi siate fatti un'idea di come possa essere usato il sito di Speak Up online, ok? Speak Up Speak Up è una rivista italiana, quindi potete cercare gli articoli, ascoltarli, leggerli e approfondirli meglio. Qualche articolo vi dà anche la possibilità di fare degli esercizi, però per quelli dovrete poi registrarvi sul loro sito e vi faranno scaricare anche degli esercizi. So now let's go back to our original living on water article, which was this one, okay? Living on water. So before I start reading, I would like you to focus on a listening, okay? So I'm just gonna play the audio first, as we did in the previous exercises, and try to understand as much as possible, and then we'll analyze the article. Okay, so let's go open the
For our next report, we head to Britain. There are at least 3,000 miles of waterways in Britain. On these canals and rivers, there are over 30,000 houseboats, boats that people use as homes. Around 10,000 of them are located in London. Boat people. The earliest populations of Britain's boat people lived on the water after the canals were built in the Industrial Revolution. Since then, houseboat living has usually attracted people who prefer to live an alternative lifestyle. Houseboat communities are typically made up of people who are looking for a slower way of life and who want to be in touch with nature. Boat chores. Living on the water sounds romantic, but it is also hard work. There are many daily chores that need to be done, like bringing fuel and water on board and dealing with wastewater from the kitchen sink, shower, and toilet. In winter, living on a boat can be very cold, and there is always a feeling of being damp. Of course, most boats are quite small inside, so you don't have much space, especially if you are a couple, family, or group of friends. Boatrification. Despite these difficulties, the number of people living on Britain's waterways has increased by around 50% over the past 10 years. More and more families and young professionals are moving onto houseboats, not only because they like the idea of life on water, but also because it is much cheaper to buy or rent a boat than a flat or a house. Boat neighbours. There is a great sense of community on the waterways. Many boat people say that their neighbours are always ready to help them, and houseboat neighbours often become friends for life. This is quite a different story from people who live in flats or houses and may hardly know the people next door at all.
Okay, so this was the audio. Let me know if you found it easy or difficult. So this is a pre-intermediate level. This is your level, A2 level, pre-intermediate. The speaker is British. Sometimes Speak Up tells you if the speaker has an American accent, an Australian accent. So usually they point out the speaker accent right here speaker, you know, with the flag. They tell you the nationality of the speaker, basically. There's a glossary available, so you can actually translate some of these words. But let's get into this article a little bit more in depth, so we can play the audio again. So the article, the title of the article was "Living on the Water." Okay, so living on the water, vivere sull'acqua. Okay, as obviously the picture shows. Ok, a prima vista è un'idea abbastanza romantica e boemiana, abbandonare la propria residenza sulla terraferma e andare a vivere in una casa sull'acqua. Finito il primo entusiasmo, bisogna però fare i conti con l'umidità e con i compiti quotidiani imposti da una dimora galleggiante. Ok, so this is the article that we're going to read together. Actually, I think it would be a great idea if you would record in audio of your reading. Like you should read the article aloud, and send the audio on our WhatsApp group so I can hear you reading the article. Okay, just as I'm gonna do right now. So there are at least 3,000 miles of waterways in Britain. On these canals and rivers, there are over 30,000 houseboats, boats that people use as homes. Around 10,000 of them are located in London, okay? Boat people. Oh, waterways, glossary, waterways, vie d'acqua navigabili, okay? So there are at least 3,000 miles of waterways, but let's read it first. Then we're gonna try to understand the article a little bit better. Boat people, okay? Le persone che vivono sulle barche. The earliest populations of Britain's boat people have been living on the water since the canals were built in the Industrial Revolution. Since then, houseboat living has usually attracted people who prefer to live an alternative lifestyle. Houseboat communities are typically made up of people who are looking for a slower way of life and who want to be in touch with nature. Boat chores. Chores. Living on the water sounds romantic, cioè i compiti, diciamo, le faccende, insomma, non domestiche, ma le faccende che sono necessarie svolgere su una barca. Living on water sounds romantic, but it is also hard work. There are many daily chores that need to be done, like bringing fuel and water on board and dealing with wastewater from the kitchen sink, shower and toilet. In winter, living on a boat can be very cold, and there is always a feeling of being damp. Damp, number 10, damp, umido, okay? So there's a feeling of being damp. Of course, most boats are quite small inside, so you don't have much space, especially if you are a couple, family, or group of friends. Boatrification. Despite these difficulties, the number of people living on Britain's waterways has increased by around 50% over the past 10 years. More and more families and young professionals are moving on to houseboats, not only because they like the idea of life on water, but also because it is much cheaper to buy or rent a boat than a flat or a house. Boat neighbors. There is a great sense of community on the waterways. Many boat people say that their neighbors are always ready to help them, and houseboat neighbors often become friends for life. This is quite a different story from people who live in flats or houses and may hardly know the people next door at all. So, let's see if we understand what this article talks about. Quindi ci sono almeno della red list 3.000 miglia di canali d'acqua navigabili in Britannia. On these canals and rivers, su questi canali e fiumi ci sono, there are over 30.000, oltre 30.000 case sull'acqua, quindi diciamo barche abitabili, barche che le persone usano come case. Around 10.000, circa 10.000 di queste sono site in Londra. Boat people, quindi le persone che vivono sull'acqua nelle barche. The earliest, ecco qui c'è un superlativo, earliest, populations, quindi earliest, le prime popolazioni, cioè insomma in realtà i primi abitanti diciamo, noti come le persone delle barche dell'Inghilterra hanno vissuto sull'acqua dal tempo in cui i canali furono costruiti, since the canals were built, nella rivoluzione industriale, in the Industrial Revolution. Quindi questo fenomeno è cominciato con la rivoluzione industriale. Da allora, since then, houseboat living, da allora diciamo, il vivere in queste barche has usually attracted people, ha di solito attratto le persone che preferiscono vivere uno stile di vita alternativo, who prefer to live an alternative lifestyle. Houseboat communities are typically made up, quindi le comunità di queste case sull'acqua sono di solito composte da persone che cercano, insomma, persone alla ricerca di uno stile di vita più lento e che vogliono stare più a contatto con la natura, okay? Who want to be in touch with nature. Boat chores, quindi le faccende diciamo della vita quotidiana sulla barca. Vivere sull'acqua può sembrare romantico, ma richiede anche un duro lavoro. Ci sono molte faccende quotidiane che necessitano di essere svolte, come portare diciamo, il carburante e l'acqua a bordo e gestire le acque reflue dal lavandino della cucina alla doccia e alla toilette. In inverno vivere su una barca può essere molto freddo e c'è sempre una sensazione di essere umido, no? Di essere bagnati, umidi. Ovviamente molte barche sono piuttosto piccole all'interno, quindi non c'è molto spazio, specialmente se si è una coppia, una famiglia o un gruppo di amici. Boatrification, questa è una parola inventata che significa insomma, cioè come la cementificazione, cioè insomma non saprei come dirlo, la cementificazione, la barcatificazione, insomma, ecco. Comunque, despite, quindi nonostante, malgrado queste difficoltà, il numero delle persone che vivono sui canali dell'Inghilterra è aumentato di circa il 50% over the past 10 years, cioè negli scorsi 10 anni. Sempre più famiglie e giovani professionisti si trasferiscono nelle case sull'acqua, non solo perché gli piace l'idea della vita sull'acqua, ma anche perché è molto più economico che non comprare o affittare, cioè è molto più economico comprare o affittare una barca piuttosto che un appartamento o una casa sulla terraferma. Neighbors sono i vicini, quindi both neighbors. There is a great sense of community, c'è un grande senso di comunità sui canali, un po' come Venezia potremmo dire. many boat people, molte persone che vivono sulle barche dicono che i loro vicini sono sempre pronti ad aiutarli e i vicini, diciamo, i vicini della barca a fianco spesso diventano amici per la vita, insomma. This is quite a different story. Questa è una storia alquanto differente rispetto a quella delle persone che vivono negli appartamenti o nelle case che a malapena potrebbero conoscere la persona che gli vive alla porta a fianco. So I hope that you understood the sense of this article that we just read. So what I want to do now is play the audio one more time and follow the speaker with the text, okay? So we're going to read and listen at the same time. Ready? Let's go.
For our next report, we head to Britain. There are at least 3,000 miles of waterways in Britain. On these canals and rivers, there are over 30,000 houseboats, boats that people use as homes. Around 10,000 of them are located in London. Boat people. The earliest populations of Britain's boat people lived on the water after the canals were built in the Industrial Revolution. Since then, houseboat living has usually attracted people who prefer to live an alternative lifestyle. Houseboat communities are typically made up of people who are looking for a slower way of life and who want to be in touch with nature. Boat chores. Living on the water sounds romantic, but it is also hard work. There are many daily chores that need to be done, like bringing fuel and water on board and dealing with wastewater from the kitchen sink, shower, and toilet. In winter, living on a boat can be very cold, and there is always a feeling of being damp. Of course, most boats are quite small inside, so you don't have much space, especially if you are a couple, family, or group of friends. Boatrification. Despite these difficulties, the number of people living on Britain's waterways has increased by around 50% over the past 10 years. More and more families and young professionals are moving onto houseboats, not only because they like the idea of life on water, but also because it is much cheaper to buy or rent a boat than a flat or a house. Boat neighbours. There is a great sense of community on the waterways. Many boat people say that their neighbours are always ready to help them, and houseboat neighbours often become friends for life. This is quite a different story from people who live in flats or houses and may hardly know the people next door at all.
Okay. So that was the end of our Speak Up article. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that after listening it twice and reading it, translating, and reading it again while playing the audio, it was easier for you. So I strongly recommend that you do this kind of exercises on your own outside the class. The class time that we have together. Also, there are some exercises that, as I said, you know, if you register with their website, you can actually download some exercises. Let me see this one, for example. I don't remember if I have the keys here. Let me check. Oh yeah, so I also have the key to the exercises here. So, for example, let's try to look at one exercise together here. Living on water. So reading, this exercise is about reading comprehension. Le parole evidenziate in rosso servono a a evitare ripetizione. Abbinale 1 to 5 con informazioni che sostituiscono a to e. So we have to match 1 with A, B, C, D or E. Okay, it's a little bit bigger to see it all. Maybe I hope that you can read this. So around 10,000 of them are located in London. Them. What is them referring at? Referring to? Sorry, it's referring to both people, families, houseboats, living on water, or the Industrial Revolution. I think around 10,000 of them are located in London. I think houseboats. I think. I don't know. Since then, houseboat living has usually attracted people who prefer to live an alternative lifestyle. Since then. What's then? Since the Industrial Revolution, I think. Since the Industrial, da allora, da quel tempo. Quale tempo? I think the Industrial Revolution. Since the Industrial Revolution, houseboat living has usually attracted people who prefer to live an alternative lifestyle. Living on the water sounds romantic, but it is also hard work. So living on the water, families, I think that living on the water, but it is also hard work. So living on the water, it is also hard work. Living on the water is also hard work. For more and more families and young professionals are moving on to houseboats, not only because they like the idea of life on water, but also because, quindi sempre più famiglie e giovani professionisti si trasferiscono sulle barche, non solo perché gli piace l'idea della vita sull'acqua, ma anche perché because they, quindi questo they, a che si riferisce? More and more families and young professionals are moving on to houseboats, not only because they, non solo perché loro chi? Families and young professionals. B. More and more families and young professionals, they like the idea, quindi more and more families and young professionals like the idea of life on water, but also because so. Number 5. Many boat people say that their neighbors are always ready to help them. Quindi molte persone che vivono sulle barche dicono che i loro vicini sono sempre pronti ad aiutarli. Chi? Them. A che si riferisce them? Many boat people. Many boat people. Them. Loro. Many boat people dicono che i loro vicini sono sempre pronti ad aiutarli. Li. Them. Li. Li chi? Li many boat people. Yes? Ok, quindi questo era un esercizio per un livello A2. Ok, this is an A2 level, pre-intermediate reading comprehension. Ok? Quindi sono sicuro che ormai alla 7ª lezione siete già in grado di comprendere questi esercizi, il che mi rende molto lieto. Okay, then there is an exercise. Oh, there are two vocabulary exercises. Let's see if we can do them tonight as well. Ok, scegli tra le parole nel riquadro per completare le definizioni che seguono. Ok, so okay, dobbiamo semplicemente scegliere le parole e completarle. Quindi alternative lifestyle, damp, community, industrial revolution and professional. Questo serve anche ad accrescere il vostro vocabolario. Ricordate sempre che noi abbiamo anche la lista dei vocaboli, ricordate questa qui? Abbiamo sempre the Cambridge Assessment, the vocabulary list, che abbiamo visto, insomma, penso fino alla P, runner, shelf, shorts, i pantaloncini corti, sausage, salsiccia, scarf, sciarpa, ok? Quindi questi sono altri esercizi che voi potete fare per ampliare il vostro vocabolario. Ok, EN is a group of people who live in the same area. A community, right? It's a group of people who live in the same area, right? A way of living that is different from most people in society is called a way of living, una maniera, uno stile di vita che è differente da quello di gran parte delle persone in una società, si chiama alternative lifestyle. A way of living that is different from most people in society is called an alternative lifestyle, right? Someone who is educated or trained to do a job. Someone who is a professional. Qualcuno che è, someone who is a professional is educated or trained to do a job. È educato, cioè quindi ha avuto una formazione per fare un certo lavoro, è un professionista. Right? Someone who is a professional. Number 4, is the period of time when machines started to be used in factories. Is a period of time when machines started to be used in factories. I think it's the Industrial Revolution, right? The Industrial Revolution is the period of time when machines started to be used in factories. Okay, when something is, don't know, when something is, it is a little bit wet. When something is, what do you think? When something is damp, umido, right? It is a little bit wet. Se una cosa è umida, è un po' bagnata, giusto? Umido, bagnato, bagnaticcia. Yes? Le parole che seguono sono tratte dall'articolo, ma le lettere sono tutte mescolate. Riesce ad individuarle? Ok, right? Potete riscrivere queste lettere, secondo voi? Provateci. Vediamo se ne riuscite a riconoscere qualcuna. Ops, pardon, sorry guys. Queste qui. Vediamo se ne riuscite a riconoscere qualcuna. Per esempio, number 2, questo è semplice, fuel, giusto? Ok. Qual era l'altro esercizio? Listening e comprehension. Qui avremmo dovuto riascoltare l'audio e quindi avremmo dovuto scegliere there are 3000 miles of waterways, dove? In Britain or in London? Around 10,000 are located in London. Di che? Houseboats or waterways? Houseboat living became popular before or during the Industrial Revolution. Houseboat living is attractive for people who prefer an alternative or a comfortable lifestyle. Living on a houseboat can be very or a little cold and humid. Most boats are quite roomy or small inside. The number of people living on waterways has increased by around 3 or 33% over the past 10 years. Today, people are choosing to live on houseboats. Fewer people, more people are choosing. People who live on houseboats are very friendly with their neighbors. So this was an example. Obviously, yeah, I do have the keys, but as I said earlier, I expect you to look the Speak Up website so that you can actually practice this listening again on your own, and you can find the link in the houseboat folder here. I wrote down the link. Okay, so you can have it. And don't forget to look at some other grammar exercises as well. Don't forget to do the Unit 6, Grammar 6 practice. And I think that actually we can end the lesson here for tonight, as we pretty much covered everything we were supposed to. So if you have any questions, please ask them on WhatsApp. Drop me a message or an audio message. Don't forget to read the houseboat article, record in audio, save it, and send an audio recording there, so I can actually check your pronunciation and your reading as well. Okay, students, I think that we can end the lesson here tonight, and see you next time. Bye.